Everyone, I'm playing some more Modern Warfare Remastered on the PS4. Playing on the Daybreak map. This is after the fact. You can see my custom classes, the first 5 in the list there. As I mentioned, they're inspired by the Metal Gear Solid games. And I'm going to stick with my go-to class, which is the Mother class. My primary weapon is the M16A4. My secondary weapon is the R700 sniper rifle that I'm able to use because I'm using the overkill perk, and kind of leads into the topic of this video, which is basically a summary of the information that's been revealed as a result of the multiplayer reveal event and afterwards. So it's been over a week now. I've been following a few YouTubers, just seeing their footage, hearing their thoughts. I'm going to share my own. So just to quickly summarize what we know about the upcoming Modern Warfare game. It seems kind of obvious now, but there is going to be the 3 perk system that we're all used to in the Modern Warfare games. And there's going to be overkill like I'm using currently. In addition to the gun customization that I've already talked about, there's going to be like I forget what it's called. I think it's like the specialist item or skill, and that's going to work similar to how the character classes work in the Battlefield games. So for example, if you choose the meta class in Battlefield, besides healing your teammates, you can leave behind health kits, but for balancing purposes, these skills or items are time delayed, so you have to wait for them to recharge. Probably the most notable specialist item that's been made public is the magazine of full metal jacket rounds. They'll give your character extra bullet damage. That's probably the most controversial item that's been revealed. What else? So in terms of game modes, we've seen the realism mode and how characters use more advanced night vision and handle their guns based on the fact that they have those night vision goggles, those 4-lens goggles that have been made famous by the movie Zero Dark 30. So really, just the main talking point, besides the 20v20 domination that will have 5 flags similar to the conquest mode in Battlefield, is really, in addition to the large map size that will probably accommodate 50v50 if and when that's officially confirmed. I don't know if it's officially been confirmed, but it seems like all but confirmed at this point. But back on topic, really the main talking point, the main point of contention among the community seems to be the lack of the minimap. The lack of the minimap being persistent in the HUD. It's still available, you just have to earn it via kill streak. And it's not the first item, it's not a lowest kill streak reward. The lowest is the personal radar that you earn after like 2 or 3 kill streak, depending on whether or not you have hardline equipped. So the minimap as we know it, that shows your immediate surrounding as well as your teammates' positions and enemy positions. You have to earn that via kill streak, like a 3 kill streak, similar to how I've just earned the UAV in this footage. It's really just the main argument that people have is that the lack of a persistent minimap in the HUD really slows the gameplay down, especially in the larger maps, because they're so complex. They're not designed or laid out like traditional minimaps or traditional multiplayer maps that have a set of obvious lanes from one end to the other, the 3-lane map design. So the maps in the upcoming Modern Warfare game are going to be modeled after real environments so they're more organic. There's lots of turns. There's no obvious and intuitive paths to take. Like I said, that's the main argument. And I can totally understand that, but I hope that Infinity Ward doesn't really cave into the pressure. I hope they kind of stick with their guns and go with the more realistic tone. They can still have this, you know, your standard start menu map that shows the entire layout as well as all the positions of your teammates. That's totally plausible and realistic if you think about the technology that we have today. We've got equipment that tracks GPS and biometric data like heart rate. So maybe instead of like indicating enemy positions visually based on their gunfire and explosions, you could like represent the complete map and your teammates' positions in terms of like heartbeat, right? So if they die, it fades. If they shoot at other people or get shot at or both, their heart rate would naturally, you know, go up, so their dots would blink faster. And just looking at that, you could tell where the action is and move accordingly. So that, I'm pretty sure they'll have that type of map. But I think a good compromise would be to have like some kind of portable radar similar to the minimap on your character's person that's available via some kind of button press. So the trade-off would be you'd still be able to control your character. You could duck, crouch, run, jump if needed, and you could easily always just switch back to your typical gun stance, your fighting stance. But on the downside, your portable radar would have like a much narrow view. It would only show your immediate surroundings. So presently there is a compass at the top of the screen that shows you your current heading, and enemy positions, visual representations of their positions do appear as red dots on the compass view. I mean, I have no problem with that. I don't have a problem with the sort of portable, accessible radar that's intentionally limited. I don't mind having that available in the way that I've suggested, in addition to your standard start menu map. That's a good compromise. I don't really care so much about enemy positions. Maybe only have it shown for the more advanced UAV kill streak reward. And from what I can tell, there's going to be some kind of a controllable drone that allows you to mark enemy positions, kind of like in Ghost Recon Wildlands. That's really, I think that's the best set of options. So at this point, down by 13. We've gotten a glimpse of the types of kill streak rewards that are going to be available. You see the other teams just called in an airstrike. Instead of airstrikes, we're going to have phosphorus strikes, white phosphorus airstrikes, which is pretty controversial. The Juggernaut suit is returning. So at this point, just over 90 seconds left, down by 14. And besides kind of showing off, the reason I've chosen this footage is I believe it'll illustrate what Infinity Ward wants the maps to facilitate. And by that I mean there's like going to be power positions like this mounted machine gun that if you are able to control, you have a serious advantage for yourself and your teammates. And earning powerful kill streaks are really going to obviously give you a serious advantage. And I earned my own chopper after having taken one down. And this sequence here is probably the perfect example of why people want the minimap. Being persistent, I'm able to recognize the spawn flip because we have the UAV up. I get a kill, brings us within 2. And because the UAV shows the enemy positions nearby, I'm able to get another kill that brings us within 1. And because that information is available to my teammate as well, he gets a kill. That gives us the lead. And we steal the victory thanks to my kill streak that I earned by assuming a power position. So in addition to kill streaks, those are obviously going to be the main system, but in addition to that, there's going to be score streaks if you want to use it. You just have to equip a perk, and there's also going to be like the specialist package in Modern Warfare 3. So really interesting. I just hope Infinity Ward uses the suggestion that I've mentioned in this video. Thanks for watching.